Hello students, Michael Sanchez here. We're doing a class today. I'm going to be talking about a few things. So I just got a really great question from Rasha. She asks, how do I know if the size of my violin sets well with my arm? Because my forearm seems to hurt after I hold my instrument. I'm confused. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. So yeah, I see this often. The students sort of think that their instrument size is being affected regarding them having pain in playing or just different things. So I want to sort of cover that today and give you guys some tips. So I often see this where a student's arm tend to sort of go over here when they're playing. So like let's say they're trying to reach a note, they tend to sort of use the arm to reach that note. And that's definitely telling me that there's some issues there with how high the hand is naturally and maybe how their finger angles are. So when you play the violin, your finger angles should be like this, but many students sort of have it like this, and that causes difficulty finding the notes. So students will sort of make up for that with their arms sort of forcing the finger spots. So that's a bad habit that can cause pain in playing. So anytime I see that, I definitely try to correct it. Other things that can happen when you play, you can easily get pain if you have sort of too much pressure going down into the fingerboard when you're playing. So technically when you play, it's very simple in how you press down, how you should press down. But most students sort of overpress, and very often I see students' fingers sort of fly up in the air as they're playing. So anytime you see fingers flying, maybe take a video of yourself. If you notice that your fingers are popping up a lot, that means that you're probably pressing too hard into the fingerboard. Technically with somebody like with arthritis or pain in general in their hands, that's going to make it that much harder. It's going to cause it to be hard to practice. So I highly recommend for you guys to work on keeping your fingers really light, trying to aim on the very edge of the finger right before the nail, not over pressing into the fingerboard. So that's a common bad habit that can cause pain. Anytime that you grip the bow too hard, that sort of makes it harder to play. Naturally, anybody that does that is probably using a lot of arm when they're playing. So I highly recommend for you guys to pay attention to how much arm you're using or lack thereof. So try to make sure that you only go out so far with the bow and then extend and then bend the wrist coming back and then come in just a little bit. So there's 4 parts of the bow stroke. Part 1, part 2, bend, part 3, part 4. Most likely you guys are doing this in some sort of way. A lot of shoulder muscle. That can cause pain, that can sort of make it more challenging to play. So highly recommend you guys work on that. The other thing too, if you guys want to avoid pain in playing, try just to have a good shoulder rest set up to where you're holding the violin securely, but not where your neck is sort of awkwardly stilted this way or that way. You just want it to where if you were sitting like I am right now, what is the most natural position? So you don't want to be doing anything crazy. So watch how I put the violin into my chin and shoulder and how my neck doesn't really have to do too much. Instead, I just have to pinch very lightly. So, okay, just like that. So now I'm as natural as I can be, and I can probably practice longer because I'm not straining my neck. So there's a lot of things just that you guys can avoid just by sort of doing those habits and tips. Very good. So I wanted to encourage you guys actually to come into my my group lessons Hangout. So this is sort of new, and basically you click on the link that I have on this post, and it will guide you into a room that will have other students. We'll have teachers at times as right after this class. And basically, anytime you go there, you can maybe chat with students, get to know them, maybe play together. It's basically going to be a general link you can save to your favorites, and it's going to allow you guys to have accountability. Just getting to know other people. It's a lot more fun too, just when you play violin and you get to know others. So I highly recommend for you guys to click on this link. Right now, if you're in the live class, I'll actually be in there here in just a second, and I'll be answering some of your additional questions about maybe pain in playing violin. And yeah, that's going to be a link you guys can use in the future to sort of hang out live with each other. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys here in this live hangout. Hope you all have a great day, and we'll talk to you all soon.